Was like a freight train, Mack truck speeding out of control. Tick-tock, time bomb, ready to blow. Going nowhere fast, so I hit the gas. Well, I'm a James Dean, Elvis freak, a real Johnny Cash. Head case, hot mess, kiss my ass, gypsy on the run. The rebel prodigal song. Till I was taking off my coat and saw her walking in. She was shaking off the coat and talking with friends. Mama sweetie, pretty little church thing. So I fall to my knees to make it all sound better. Sing out the words I couldn't say.
Non-stop rock talk with Tyson Bryden. Brandon, welcome to Non-Stop Rock Talk. It is truly a pleasure to be speaking with you today. How are you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm just doing awesome, soaking in the Nashville sun here. It's beautiful today, so appreciate you having me on.
Oh, no problem. It seems like lately the beginning of each interview, kind of everybody's coping with this pandemic, so I'm assuming you're probably in the same boat at home and doing whatever you have to do, right?
Yeah, actually, it's given me some time to work on some new material and write some songs. So it hasn't been all bad. You know, I think with this whole thing going on, as tragic as it is, I think a lot of people are going numb. You know, they know themselves a little bit better after all this time to reflect. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to do it day by day and remain positive and productive as you can, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat. I play as well, so I actually...
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I actually went live on Facebook last night and did a feed for like an hour and a half. I played mostly covers. I played a couple originals that I had written, but it was fun. It was the first time I'd ever done it right from my living room, and it was kind of weird with no audience, but kind of
right,
just do your thing, right? You know, you're used to at the end of a song, maybe somebody's going to clap, and then there's nothing. So you just kind of look at the comments as you're going along. But it was fun. So let's dive right into Boxcar Junkies. I just watched the video for Hey Mama. It's kind of, I guess, your style. Would you kind of say it's like Americana? How would you kind of turn?
Yeah, and a lot of people ask that same question because it is such a kind of a, it has a lot of different genres. It's really not a genre, but
yeah.
So I guess it would go under the umbrella of Americana, all country kind of thing, because it has the rock, the blues, the singer-songwriter along with you. So it's just played, it's the nature of the song, which is great, that just kind of writes itself. So
that's cool. I really dug the song, by the way. I really like it. I thought
thank you.
It was, and I asked that question about the style because at the beginning it was kind of very country sounding, but then it rocked up a bit, and yeah, it was a cool tune. Tell me a little bit about that song. Could this possibly be like a tragic love story of some sort? I mean, as I was listening to the lyrics, I was kind of curious about that.
Yeah. Well, I wrote the song from experience. All the songs I write, I actually, live. I love to tell stories that, things I've been through and unique situations, which I've been through quite a few. And so I like to write about them. And with Boxcar Junkies coming, this has been a labor of love for me for a long time now. And because it's just more than, a great song, we want to get out there and help people too and do our part and all of that good, all the stuff that matters anyway.
Yeah.
And so, but with the song, Hey Mama, yeah, that was, it just talks about everything I had been through and how messed up my thinking was at the time.
Right.
And it doesn't, it takes the right person to kind of turn that thinking around for you, and I've been fortunate to be able to find that person in my life, and I'm so grateful and blessed, because of it. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
In terms of the video, it's funny because you're on the side of the road and you're in what seems to be a bar and a fast food restaurant of some sort as well. Tell me a bit about the video and the filming and where it took place.
Well, we were out in Houston because that's actually where I ended up signing with Sony out there, the Sony Orchard, for the distribution and whatnot, and working with some folks to get this video and the new EP track, and just kind of really kind of get back to the music business, because I had I disappeared for a while. I've been doing this for many years, but I took some journeys, and but along with the video, so we were out there, and the cool part is the folks driving by don't know that it's not propped or set up. I just literally just grabbed my guitar and started playing, because there was a point in my life, when I was younger, that I busked and went from city to city, playing wherever. And that just shows, the video just kind of shows the grind of the working musician, all the way from the street corner busking into the little bars to, pretty much anywhere you can make a buck and survive in the musician starving artist life at the time, because everybody don't go to the Coliseum, that's for sure.
That's right.
So, and, the cool part, the video where people are smiling. I think even the dog in one shot was smiling as they drove by and you're playing. It's just a cool human interaction that a lot of people don't, they're not really familiar with. So it's always good to share stuff like that. Just humanity as in general, as kind of good people, a lot of good people. So
yeah, and it's kind of, as I was watching it, I was kind of wondering if it was Nashville, and I'm like, that doesn't look familiar, because I've been in Nashville a few times, so it kind of makes sense that it was Houston. So
yeah,
so that's cool.
Yeah, we shot it in Houston, and then because I had lived in Nashville, I got on and off for quite a few years, and I ended up coming back here to release it, and I partnered up with a friend of mine, good friend of mine. He produced the second record, Man Born Blind, and Troy Luckketta. And so he's teamed up, and we've got a really good team behind us, and we just want to get the word out, do this thing grassroots, and take it to the people, because we all know how record labels are. Yeah. You can't rely on them to do the work. You have to put the work in, and it's a daily grind every day. You just keep doing it, and because you believe in it and love it, and that's kind of where we're at, because every song on the EP is really a message and a story. It's true lived, and you can just you tell the difference if somebody's making up a song or if they actually lived the song.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Now, as you mentioned, the song's taken from the EP. The EP is entitled Established 1973. Love that title, by the way.
Thank you.
What else can you tell me about the EP? How many songs are on it?
Well, we have 6 songs, and it starts with What About Love, which is actually really appropriate for what's going on right now. It's just, again, it strips down human nature, and, strips down the walls, I would say, and just talks about, loving on each other and thinking about, being your brother's keeper, and kind of just like looking out for each other, especially, now. Yeah. But anyway, so it starts with that. It's got a cool little steel guitar in the beginning, but it's a little poppy. And then it goes to Dream of Angels, which Gary Hoey, amazing guitar player. He actually guested on it for me, and he put so much love into the solo. Again, acoustic rock kind of tune. And then it goes to Hey Mama. And then you have Gypsy Soul, which is a little more country rock, Creedence kind of thing. Really cool, and it just talks about, hopping boxcars and living life, and, because I've done it in my past, I've always kind of just traveled and played wherever, so had some really great experiences, and some dark ones as well that come with it. That's the whole lifestyle of a musician, and you just keep on kicking,
No, I was actually going to ask about Gary Hoey. How do you pronounce his last name again? Sorry.
Hoey.
Hoey. Okay, so I did say it right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a fan of his since, I have the Heavy Bones album from way back that he did, and I know he's worked with Lita Ford, and I was very intrigued because he's such a killer player, and I believe I have one of his solo albums too. Somebody lent it to me.
Yeah. Have you picked up his what is it, Neon Blues record?
No. And
Oh my God, dude. I'm telling you, it's, he's doing this killer blues thing now. And I just seen him in Houston before we came to Nashville about, a year ago, or maybe something like that. Anyway, we went and seen him live, and man, the record's great. Performance is amazing. He's doing a bunch of online stuff too. So if you go check his page out, yeah, he's kind of doing the same thing we're all doing, sitting, being productive, playing, keeping the music alive, the word alive, but
yeah,
we're just limited right now. But I'm sure everything will get back to where it's supposed to be after what's going on. I'm really hopeful about everything.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Troy Luckketta last week, and we were talking about Nashville, and I said, it must be weird, like Broadway being shut down. Like, that's just...
Oh, it's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's creepy. Very eerie. Yeah.
Yeah, and probably in years, that's probably the first time that's ever happened. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think they said it's the first time it's ever been shut down or something. So,
wow.
It's just crazy. Yeah.
It's always such a good time down there. Always fun.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Yeah, Nashville knows how to bring it, I'll tell you.
Yeah, they totally do. Now, tell me a bit about the cover art. I mean, it really popped out to me, but the problem was that I was only looking at it on my phone, but it's all a collection of 25 photos that are all the same. What exactly is that?
Well, the opening line to What About Love, it says, "Screen door slamming, grandma standing staring back at me." Well, that picture is me standing in front of the screen door slamming. When I was just a little tiny guy, my grandma standing there, in the doorway. And it's the only baby picture I have of myself. And I thought, well, since the songs are all true-lived, and this is the EP is about my journey through everything, so why not, throw that picture up? And so what happened was it was so old, the high def, I couldn't use just a single picture. So we ended up, I said, let's just put a bunch of the same ones so we can still keep the resolution good. And it worked out. The whole project was so God-given, man. I mean, it was just led. And it just seemed like the logos popped in my head, and, the songs, the artwork, the video. It was so spiritually driven on a level that I couldn't take the credit for all that. We worked so hard for it, but at the same time, it did itself, if that makes sense. It created itself and just kind of drug me along with it, so honored and awesome. It's so awesome to be able to be proud of, really proud of the project. And I am super proud about it, I really am, because I think it's going to help a lot of folks too. I think it's, a lot of people, relate to the truth and the rawness of it, so that's, if it helps 1, 2, 3, 4 people, or however many thousands, whatever, the songs are out there, and so that's we're really excited about it, as you can tell.
Yeah, it really, the cover stands out. As soon as I saw it, it's one of those things you're like, oh, that's really cool. Looks really good.
Yeah.
Looks really clean, like with the white and the pictures, and it's cool.
Yeah. Yep. And it goes back to that less is more, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what formats will the EP be available on?
The EP came out about a month ago or so, or maybe a couple now. So you can get it anywhere. I mean, it's, Amazon, iTunes, or
that stuff.
Spotify. Yeah, anywhere there's music, you can get it, So, yeah, if anybody wants to check it out, you can just go to boxcarjunkies.com, or you can just tell Alexa to do it, or Siri. Now, you can play Boxcar Junkies.
Now, is there physical copies, like CD, vinyl?
You know what? I have, physical EP. I wanted to do vinyl, but for an EP, it just wasn't very cost effective. So, but I did want to have something for people to have, and I could sign and, do at shows. And So yeah, if you go to the website, you can just hit me up there, and I can get them signed. And we got shirts, with the because of the logo, the BCJ logo that I thought was cool because it looks like a happy face, kind of,
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
yeah, I think it just makes you kind of feel good when you look at it,
Yeah, it's really too bad that vinyl has made a comeback, but it's still so expensive to do, like
Yeah.
to be pressed, right? And that's really unfortunate, because I bet back in the day it was minimal compared to what it is now, right?
Yeah. I think when end up doing another full record, I'll definitely be going vinyl. I'm a vinyl head.
Me too.
I don't know what I would have done during this quarantine without my vinyl. It got me through.
I was
every day.
just listening to vinyl before you called, so I pretty much have it on
So was I.
all the time, man, all the time.
Yeah.
And it's
I was just pumping out some James Taylor and some Steve Miller.
oh nice. Oh, that's fantastic. Now,
Yeah.
with that said, let's kind of talk about your influences, because in your bio it says Springsteen, Mellencamp, Tom Petty, Rob Thomas, and Wilco. Now, tell me a bit about those influences when you write. Do you subjectively make comparison when you're writing a song? Like, oh, what would Tom Petty do here, or what would Springsteen do? Do you ever find yourself doing that?
Never. No.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, I never really. People ask me that a lot, like, what influences do you draw from and whatnot, and I really don't. I listen to the song, and I let it write itself, and when it's done, and the song will let you know when it's done. So, and in terms of the sound, I love the acoustic guitar. Ever since I picked it up when I was a little kid, I've always known that this is who I am. Just writing songs and singing songs, playing songs. So, I love a good songwriter. I love the sound of acoustic guitar and the Americana. But I grew up playing and listening to old George Jones, Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, Jim Reed, the Eagles, Creedence Clearwater, Mellencamp, Springsteen, of course, all them guys. So I think playing them as a kid, because I grew up in a family band, just all the different, the huge variety, I guess, of really good music. My parents raised me well in terms of the music aspect. They taught me good music when I was young, and
That's awesome.
I think it had a lot to do with I guess stylistically how I write, and I love wordplay and melody, and it just makes sense, I guess, to me.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And you have been playing since you were literally a kid. Like you played bass and drums, and then 12 years old you took up guitar. That's correct, I believe?
Yeah, that's 12 years old. I got an old Ibanez 12-string guitar, acoustic, for my birthday, and never looked back.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, and the cool part is I didn't sing because I was born basically deaf in my right ear.
Yeah.
I even fell choir, and I was like, what? And once I got that 12 string, I think is what helped, because I could hear it differently.
Yeah.
Than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I'm not quite, I heard the harmonic, so I learned how to sing on key. And that has just become my style now. So people listen, they go, oh, that's Brandon Reid Allen,
Yeah.
That's just because I guess I hear it differently. And next thing you knew, I could sing, even though I can't hear nothing, but I could sing, I guess.
That's amazing. Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I had a speech thing and impediment my whole life. Not my whole life, but when I was a kid, all my R's were W's, and here's this half deaf kid on stage, and it just, but it was my voice. So, I fell in love with it, and being able to write about, that's why I'm not a very good session writer or any of that, because, I guess I could be witty and all that. I just, it's just so much more personal and deeper to me, that I write what I live and what I've been through, and, and just from my perspective, how I've seen it at that point in time,
Well, that's cool. That is amazing. That's quite a story, man. That is astounding. And I mean, that's amazing that the 12 string, because of the ringing, because of like how it helped you. That's so cool.
Yeah. And that's where I first learned to play guitar, acoustic on, and, but, my fingers, I remember, I thought they were going to fall off.
Yeah, I know that. I remember those days.
Yeah, because this wasn't this was an old pawn shop guitar, I imagine, and it, the action was like 6 feet from the neck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
And these little girl fingers, and but I was damn determined. I was going to learn how to play that thing,
Wow.
And, it was so cool. And then when I started putting chords together, it's like, oh, okay, so this is how they do it, And then I wrote my girlfriend a love song that I imagine was really terrible. But wow. That was my first thing, But then it went on from there. It was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Great experience.
That is a great. That's an amazing story. Now on the album you worked with Derek Hames and John Shelton. What do you think they brought to the project as far as a production engineering team?
I thought they did a pretty good job. They're very technical and very good at what they do. I think sonically the record sounds great. I think we play to the songs well. I think the instrumentation and the production is good. So I think overall it was a success, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you had mentioned that Troy Luckketta had done the last album, the second album. Was that the last one?
Yeah. That's another one we're excited about because we didn't have a chance to release it. I mean, some got out, like singles here and there in terms of the LA Music Awards, they nominated for some stuff and won and all that great stuff. And it got some attention, but there's still a lot of stuff out that him and I have, we've been recording stuff for 15 years or something, and there's just a lot of things out there that we haven't released. And then there's a lot of new stuff that we're going to start tracking and just, trying to get good music out there. But Man Born Blind was another it was a collection of stories that was led again, and it's a magical CD in terms of just how it all came together. And Troy brought in just some of the most amazing musicians. Damon Johnson,
Oh yeah, I know Damon.
Brother King,
I actually know
Alex
Damon.
Cooper.
I actually know him.
Well, Damon did all the solos. I'm gonna send you this record. It's very Americana, real Mellencamp-ish, Bruce Springsteen, but it has a really cool, positive message. It's just about raw stuff. Like life, like I've lived. And but so you got Damon on it, and then you got Mark Bonilla. I'm sure you know Mark Bonilla, the guitar player. You've got Ed Ross. He played with keys. I mean, all these amazing. Just Don Moyos on percussion. Of course, Troy just killing it on the drums. And here I am, this 15 years ago or even more. And, I'm just haven't had one record out, and it was okay locally or whatever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm playing with these guys.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met him, Troy was like, "This is your band," and I go, "Holy crap!" Talk about my knees, I think, about buckled.
That's crazy.
I was like, "What am I supposed to do?" But at the same time, being coached by these guys really brought me up to a level, and none of them were judgmental. None of them were. They were all so amazing, humble. They believed in the project and in me, which blew me away. And we still have relationships with everyone. And Troy has always, he just has always believed in me, and he's opened a lot of doors. And I'm excited we're both excited to be working together again after all these years. So
that's fantastic. I actually did a Damon Johnson Brother Kane song last night on my live feed, so that's kind of ironic.
Oh
yeah.
He's here in Nashville now too, which is awesome. I guess he's doing really well, from what I hear. So
he's been going live every week. He's been playing
Yeah,
last
that's
week.
awesome.
Yeah, it was, and he's so good. Like last week he did like a bunch of covers, and then the week before he did all Brother Kane songs, and it was so good. I've watched it all just because he's a great guy, but I'm a big fan of him as a player and a songwriter.
Oh yeah, he plays so tasteful.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yes, he does, and he's so versatile, right? It doesn't matter what it is; he'll go in and do it, and it's going to be great. So, that's amazing.
That's for sure.
Anyways, I want to thank you for your time today, man, and I loved your story. It was so that was really good, and I'm going to, when we're done here, I'm going to go on Amazon Music and take a listen to the album because I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. So.
Oh yeah, man, definitely, and yeah, let me know. You got my number, so make sure you stay in touch with me. Shoot, I'll be in Canada sometime, that's for sure.
All right, cool. That'll be awesome.
Once things happen.
I'll.
Yeah, man. Yeah, stay in touch, and then.
Okay.
You got, like I say, you got my cell number, and then when you get the link or whatever, just send it on over, and I'll share it on, my social stuff.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Are you on Facebook or anything like that?
Oh yeah, Boxcar Junkies is, and then Brandon Reid Allen.
Okay.
Yeah, and friend me on there, then we can keep in touch that way. That's easier.
Okay, Brandon, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much, and enjoy the sunshine in Nashville today, and if you can, you're probably in the house, but
Oh no, I'm outside right now. 70 and sunny.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
I'm envious.
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. All right, it was really great talking to you, and we'll keep in touch, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, my brother.
Okay.
Take care.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Hey mama, this girl's made a mess of me. Was always going hard, chasing wind, can't catch me. I was hellbound, whiskey spin, wild and free. Too cold for lonely, nobody owns me. I rock the jailhouse, soup line, city streets, hot box cars, city side, nothing in between. God's creation and hope.